one of the first things that I thought about in my career was doing an event at Hearst Castle. And it's taken me 23 years, but I actually did an event at Hearst Castle. It was, I've got chills. It was amazing. Heather Keenan, event planner, founder and CEO of Key Events. We really are one of the last live performers. We're not radio where we have a 7-second delay. We are live. And when the clock strikes 7, the doors open, and that's all there is to it. And it doesn't matter if your caterer hasn't arrived. It doesn't matter if the drummer's sleeping in the back of the van. The show's going on, and that's what has to happen at 7 o'clock. And we are one of the last people in this earth that perform live, and that's also one of the things that really thrill me. So neither one of my parents went to college. It had an absolute effect on what I thought I could be growing up. We were a blue-collar, lower middle class. There was not really always the consciousness of go be a lawyer or go be a doctor or go have a traditional profession. My experience in school was very difficult. I couldn't read by the end of 3rd grade. Not that I thought that was a problem, but everybody else seemed to think it was a problem. I learned to rely on what was inside rather than what people were telling me in school. The advice that I would give someone that wanted to go into this business is do whatever you're doing now, because whatever industry you're in, they do special events. I had someone who's in HR that works for a law firm come in and say, "What do?" I said, "Plan the events for your law firm." One of my early jobs was in coat check, which was advantageous because I got to see the people, what their reaction was to the event. I saw the events, I made a little extra money, and it was fun. And I was able to do it in addition to my day job. So I was making money during the day and then doing coat check at night. What I look for in my employees is, this is the circus. Most of my employees are running away from another job to join the circus. I look for endurance. I just went through with Lane, a briefing for an event that's happening next week. And we start at 5:30 in the morning, we don't end until 11:30 at night. And we're on. We're not sitting looking at our computer typing away. We're interacting with people, we're making the show go, we're making decisions every second of those hours. And not everybody can do that. I remember when I used to go to events before I was a planner, the one thing that bothered me is I'd be going to an event for 1,000 or 1,500 people, and I could have been anybody. I was walking through the door and I wasn't any different than the first person that walked through the door. And I really wanted to make sure, and I still want to make sure, that whoever walks through that door going to the event feels as though that event was planned for them. Another event that we're particularly proud of, we did an event at our client's ranch for his birthday, and there was no infrastructure whatsoever. There was no electricity, there was no water, there was no nothing. We were there to put on a party. They were handed a whiskey sour, they had mariachis, they had a cowboy singer that was there to welcome them, and they were welcomed into a western town that we had built from scratch. They were invited to play all of 5 games. One was pull the ribbon off the bull's tail. Yes, this is real bulls. Mechanical bull riding, calf roping, cow chip tossing, and the last game was tacking up a horse in a time period. Alan Jackson performed and did a great performance, and then after that event we broke and went into the saloon, which had a rock band, a top 40 rock band, and Texas Hold'em and poker, and then guests were invited to sleep over in their tent. The next morning we had skeet shooting and archery and kayaking on property. I still have people calling asking, can I have one of those? What keeps me motivated to stay in this business is I never do anything twice. Every day I come in, it's something different. Every day there's a client that says to me, I need something different. I need something wow. I need something outrageous. You need to help me with this. And that's what keeps me motivated.